Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Shakamai is back here with another video for you guys. And in this video, we're here to talk about the game that wrapped up about an hour ago I guess a few hours ago at this point, between the Ravens and the Browns. As you guys know, I was there in attendance today, so I was not remotely as active during the game live tweeting, especially because, it was kind of cold, so I didn't want to keep taking my phone in and out. Um, First off, big shout out to all the Browns fans. Guys are hanging in there. Obviously, hope is pretty minimal at this point to make the playoffs, but it doesn't matter to you guys. Still fighting, still playing for pride, still trying to beat your division rivals, and you guys took full advantage of that. So good luck to you guys, and congrats, and good luck going forward. Wow, it was a tough game to go to today, to say the least. It was pretty pathetic. I just I've talked all season about how it's so frustrating when our offense and defense is not clicking at the same time, but it's more of our offense and defense were playing against each other today. That's the worst thing. Literally, our offense was playing against the defense today because our defense was like literally fighting, trying to get as many stops as possible, and our offense just like kept giving the ball over, punting, giving the ball over, squandering, whatever you want to call it. The amount of points we missed out on today, just absolutely embarrassing. I know the Browns missed out on some points as well, but still, we just missed out on so many points. We'll start on the first drive. We forced a 3-and-out on defense to start the game. Great. We marched down the field. We actually looked pretty good on the first drive. But then on 4th and short, Harbaugh decides, oh no, let's go for it. I don't care if it's the first drive of the game. Let's go for it. We don't get it. We call a bad play. It was like 4th and 1.5, and we run a sneak up the middle. You do that when we ran up Ricard fullback dive, but you do that when it's like 4th and inches. You don't do that when it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, okay? We gotta be more imaginative, dude. That was such a predictable play call. I know, we have the trust in Patrick Ricard, but you can't count on him to bail us out all the time. And that was just a bad play call, a bad decision. I know hindsight's 2020, but trust me, I did not like the call to begin with. It's the opening drive of the game. We're on the road. We gotta set the tone early. 3 points would be fine. I know Tucker missed 2 field goals, but we were at like the 10-yard line. Very, very unlikely he would have missed it. So I would assume we would have gone up 3-0. That would have set the tone early. But no, instead, we go for it, turn it over, and the Browns march down the field. And I don't know if they scored it all that drive, but still, it totally changed the theme of the game and everything, in every single way. And you guys know how much I love Tyler Huntley. I think he's a very serviceable backup. But he's getting worse. That's the worst thing. Like these young quarterbacks, you almost always see them start off really rocky, but then progress as they grow over the years. Huntley has been the complete opposite. He actually started out really promising when he first started playing. He flashed big time in 2020, and then last year, of course, his second game, because he did play against Chicago. He was so good last year against Green Bay. Still made some mistakes, but he played a pretty heck of a game. But then he got gradually worse as the year went on last year. This year, he's been getting gradually worse. His best performance was against Denver. Last week, I know he went out, but he still wasn't playing well before he went out. And then today, he was just horrible. Absolutely horrible. People will say his arm is his biggest flaw, and I do see that. His arm strength is a big-time liability. But, watching him today and being able to, a big advantage to going to a game is, like, you can see the whole field, on TV. A lot of times, like, you don't see the receiver set up downfield as much. You just see the quarterback and, like, 10 yards downfield. So, being at the game today, I was able to see, the full setup downfield. And Huntley's biggest problem, trust me, he can't survey the field to save his life. He just cannot survey the field. He stares down one guy. He looks for one read every time. He doesn't find the open guy. He just does not. We had, it was like a first or second down. We were inside the 20. Huntley had Andrews open for a touchdown. Andrews was waving his arm. He was open. If Huntley made a reasonably nice throw, he would have caught it, but instead he ran and took a sack for 3 or 4 yards. It's just horrible decision making. And another issue is he never throws the ball away. He keeps looking around, trying to make something out of nothing. If you're going to miss the open guy, at least throw it away and get us back to the line of scrimmage. Don't take a sack and try to do the impossible and try to stiff arm someone. He did that several times today, which was just beyond stupid. And it cost us. We set us back, and then we had second and third and longs, and we just could not convert. The one upside to today, I thought the defense played pretty well, but the running game is very much in full. throat. I know, of course, Dobbins, you can tell, he's still not totally back yet. That big run that he had late in the game, we were like at our like 5 or 6 yard line. A purely healthy J.K. Dobbins pre-injury probably takes that to the house. But no, he doesn't have all of his speed back, so, he got caught from behind. It was still like, a 30-something or maybe even 40-yard gain, so no complaints. But I understand, Dobbins, so I guess it's not fully back yet because Dobbins is not 100%, but trust me, it's good enough, so I'm going to say it's back. That 1-2 punch is totally back. So that's like the one positive, at least offensively today. Dobbins and Edwards continue to dominate on the ground, so that's great. But it's not, they can't do it all. They can't, okay? As much as they want to, as much as they may think they can, they cannot. We have to have at least somewhat of an air attack if we want to be successful on offense, and we have literally none. In fact, it's negative. Like, it's better if we just don't pass the ball at all than try to throw the ball, because we can't throw the ball. Why? A, our receivers suck. B, our backup quarterback cannot survey the field. And of course, C, our main quarterback is out. So fortunately, 2 of those problems are probably going to be fixed next week. I do think Lamar Jackson will be back. There is hope that he will be. But who knows how he comes back into his first game back. He could easily be rusty. And it still doesn't change the fact that our receivers just cannot create separation. Now again, watching the game today, I do think part of the problem is just Huntley cannot survey the field. However, now to be fair, Lamar Jackson has had issues with that as well. He does miss open receivers, but he doesn't miss nearly as many as Huntley. And I understand our passing game is still an issue even when Lamar Jackson is in. So the biggest problem is, yes, our receivers are horrible, but we also just got to do a way better job at surveying the field. The quarterback does, because it's pretty bad right now. And I also think that Huntley and Andrews are just not on the same page. You saw that today. Andrews got really, really frustrated. They connected on a few passes, but there were also several that they did not connect on. Andrews, again, he was in the end zone. He was open, but Huntley couldn't get him the ball. A lot of frustration today, as there should be. We scored 3 points, and the fact that we scored 3 points, I mean, it's one thing to be it's really pathetic enough to score 3 points. But when you look at, the analytics and you just watch the game and the fact that we were in Cleveland territory almost every single drive, I think we maybe had 1 or 2 drives today where we just simply punted without, we never got into Cleveland territory. I think besides that, we got into Cleveland territory almost every single drive. Part of that was help from field position, but we moved the ball. We did move the ball, mostly on the ground, but we moved the ball. The offensive line, I do have to give credit to the offensive line. I thought it was pretty good today. That Browns front is tough, of course, with Myles Garrett. He had 1 sack, but it was late in the game, and part of it was because Huntley wouldn't get rid of the freaking ball. Had he just thrown it away, it wouldn't even have happened. So besides that, I thought we did pretty well on Myles Garrett. And again, the offensive line, I think in general, is pretty good. And another indicator is we ran the ball really well. We had about 200 yards rushing, so running the game was not a problem today. We were really successful in the ground. That's the only reason why we actually had a fair amount of first downs. I think we were pretty close to matching Cleveland in amount of first down. But when you only score 3 points out of that, what must that mean? You can't score in the red zone, and you turn the ball over, and you can't throw the ball. 3 things. Okay, one thing cannot take out 3. It just cannot. It bugs me because I think I forgot to mention this in my recap last week. I think a big reason why we beat the Steelers last week, why? I know our passing game struggled, but what was the big difference? We did not turn the ball over. We won the turnover battle last week. We did not have a single turnover last week as far as I know, which was really rewarding and really satisfying because the Steelers, they have given us the biggest issues with turning the ball over, but we did not do it last week. We were very protective of the football, thus we won the game. Today, not so much. Well, it depends on what you mean by turnover, but 2 times we literally gave them the ball. Huntley threw an interception and Demarcus Robinson fumbled. So that's 2 times. The first one, the Huntley interception was the worst because we were in field goal range. It was a 3rd down. We would have gotten 3 points. Just a bad read, a bad throw, just all bad all around. Bad play call, bad execution, not a good play design, just utterly pathetic. But it does come down to the quarterback at the end of the day, and he just made a horrible decision. He was not open. It was a nice play by Denzel Ward, but still, he should not have tried to force that in. It was not there. It never would have been close to the first down. He was like a few yards downfield. It was a 3rd and 10. He threw it like 3 yards downfield. Just really, really bad decision making on all levels. But anyways, the turnovers. So that squandered a drive. We could have easily gotten 3 out of that. And then maybe a couple drives later, or maybe even the next drive after the Browns that may have been after the Browns got their 1 touchdown of the game. I don't know. But anyways, it was a first down. Huntley finally made a nice play. It was a little play action pass. He had Robinson over the middle. Would have been a first down. But no, Robinson put it on the ground. And actually, Robinson fumbled twice today. Early in the game, he got careless with the football, put the ball on the ground, but it went out of bounds, thank God. This time, not so fast. And it was the weirdest thing because he actually didn't get careless with the ball and just run with one hand to fumble the ball. He just simply went down as he was going to the ground. The ball came out. What is that? You gotta take care of the football. So that's 2 turnovers, and that's why we lost the game. That is why we lost the game. At least a big reason why. You can't turn the ball over. And then, of course, other issues were the fact that we had several turnovers on downs where we just went for our 4th and didn't get it, starting with the first drive of the game. Again, bad play call, bad decision, just all bad, all around. Really, really bad performance by the offense today. And, I mean, we did move the ball to an extent. We did, get the ball into Cleveland's territory, but we just could never push it forward. And the red zone offense today was atrocious when we were there. But even just inside Cleveland territory, we were horrible. We got some nice plays to start the drive, but then we squandered in the end every single time. And I just still cannot get over how we only had 3 points. We could have scored so many more. Even if we just got field goals the rest of the way, we could have gotten 12 or 15 points, I guess, if we're going by all threes. I know Justin Tucker was off today. Bad day for him to be off, but it shouldn't have come down to that, okay? In an ideal world, we should have punched it in the freaking end zone, so we shouldn't have had to rely on him so much. The one miss was bad, but then he just field goal got blocked. I mean, there's only so much a kicker can do about that, honestly. But then there were still a couple times where we could have tried him out for a field goal, but either we went for it or we turned it over on downs. We just, again, squandered, got knocked out of field goal range. We just shot ourselves in the foot today and just completely hung our defense out to dry, man. I thought our defense played a really nice football game. I thought they played really, really well. The Browns, I mean, I know they could have had more, but hey, they only scored 13 points. At the end of the day, they only scored 13 points. So you really can't blame the defense. You just can't. I know we did let up some third down conversion. We did let up a couple of big plays, but you can't blame the defense when you only let up 13 points and the offense literally scored 3 points. I mean, it's just there's only so much you can do. And to make matters worse, we did not get out of the game healthy today. 2 guys on the defense went down, Calais Campbell and Marcus Peters. Both, walked off under their own power, but they were in some pretty significant discomfort. So we'll find out soon enough. I'm definitely more worried about Peters because I know it's that same calf that's been bugging him. He's got the knee problem as well. So we'll see what happens. Harbaugh said we'd have more updates tomorrow. So we'll find out. I mean, I'm hoping they're not season enders, but with our luck, I can't be sure. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I am out. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Go Ravens. Hopefully we can bounce back. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for game picks for the rest of this week.